Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of FIFA Predicts the Champions League. This time, we predict the second leg. But before we go into the standings, here's the basic point system. If you predict the right results for a team, or teams, since you can also get draws, since there's also draws, you'll get 1 point. If you predict that and the score right, you get 3 points. Now here are the standings after the first leg predictions. I Am Avro is leading the standings so far with 10 points, with Mashruki just below him with 9 points. Guahe is in 3rd place with 8 points. Davey is in 4th with 7 points. I am with 4 points in 5th. And Mitch HD, who used to be called Raise the Wood, but now he's Mitch HD, has also 4 points. So without further ado, let's get into the prediction, shall we? First match is Wolfsburg versus Gent. There were many chances in this game, but one of them came from Gent, as Mitrovic takes a shot and it's saved by the keeper, and Matten takes a brilliant volley and makes it 1-0 to Gent. Away at Wolfsburg too. We warped to the 84th minute, where Wolfsburg have an attack here. As you can see, you have Gilavogi down to Luis Gustavo, passes it to Dante, passing it to Arnold, back to Dante. Dante takes a shot, and it's a brilliant save by the Gent goalkeeper. And that's the end. FIFA predicts it's going to be 1-0. I say it's going to be 2-0 to Wolfsburg. I think it's going to be a comfortable win for them. Here are the other predictions. Mitro HD, who is now Raise the Wood, of course, predicted 3-1. Davey predicts 2-0. Guahe says 2-0. Avro says 2-0. And so does Mashruki. Our next match is Real Madrid versus Roma at the Santiago Bernabeu. This was an extremely boring game, and here's the only chance of the game. Perotti takes the header, and it's saved by Navas. And yeah, that's the only shot. And that's the end of the game. FIFA predicts it's going to be 0-0, and I highly disagree with that. I believe it's going to be 3-1 to Real Madrid, just because Real Madrid have a good record at home. Here are the other predictions. Mitro HD says 4-2 to Real Madrid. Davey says 2-0 to Real Madrid. Guahe says it's going to be actually 2-all. Avro says it's 4-1, and so does Mashruki. Our next match is Zenit versus Benfica. There were plenty of shots that were taken, yet none of them would go in. There was a chance by Benfica. Here's a chance by Zenit. That goes offside, sadly. Here's another chance for Zenit. Shatov crosses it to Hulk. Hulk takes a shot. It's a brilliant save by Julio Cesar. Straight to the keeper, though. Anyways, here's another chance for Zenit, and it's saved once again by Julio Cesar. They try another chance, and it hits the side netting. And FIFA predicts that it's going to be 0-0. And I disagree. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Benfica. I believe Jonas is going to score. I mean, he's been in top form this season, so I do expect him to probably score in this match. Here are the other predictions. Mitro HD says 2-1 to Zenit. Davey says it's 2-1 to Zenit. Guahe says it's 1-all. Avro says it's 2-1 to Zenit. And Mashruki HD says it's 3-1 to Zenit. Our next match is Chelsea versus PSG. This game did not disappoint. We first have a chance from PSG as Matuidi passes it to Maxwell, and Maxwell passes it to Ibrahimovic, and Ibrahimovic finishes it off the post, and it's 1-0 to PSG. But Chelsea came right back with a chance, and Diego Costa, what a goal. Here's another chance for Chelsea. Willian hops over Thiago Motta, still runs, and he's going to pass it to Oscar, who blasts it into the net, and it's 2-1 to PSG. But Chelsea were not done. Matuidi gets tackled, Oscar takes the ball, and that is some terrible defending by PSG, and it's 3-1 to Chelsea in only the 37th minute. But we go into the 84th minute with a quarter from PSG, and David Luiz once again scores against his former club for the second time in a row. And it's 3-2 to PSG, and of course they would actually advance off of away goals. And the game would end just like that. FIFA says it's 3-2 to Chelsea. I disagree. I think it's actually going to be 2-0 to PSG. Here are the other predictions. Mitro HD says 2-1 to Chelsea. Davey says it's 1-all. Guahe and Avro says it's 2-all. And Mashruki says it's 2-all. Or 1-all. Next up, we have a match at the Etihad where Manchester City face Dinamo Kiev. The first chance of the game actually came to Dynamo Kiev, as they do some passing here. The guy crosses it, saved by Hart, and it falls for the striker, but he misses an open goal. The next chance goes to Manchester City. Fernando passes it to Navas, who passes it to Zabaleta, who heads it to Fernandinho, who doesn't take the best touch, but what a finish by Fernandinho, and it's 1-0 just like that. Another chance for Dynamo Kiev, as they do some passing here. Brings it down to the striker, and he misses a vital chance to equalize the game. And the game ends at 1-0. The second half was incredibly boring. I mean, I just kind of walked over and got myself something to drink while the second half was playing, because nothing was happening. Anyways, I predict it'll be 3-0 to Man City. Here are the other predictions. Mitro HD says it's going to be 12-0. Davey says it's 3-0 to Man City. Guahe says it's 2-0 to Man City. Avro says it's 5-0 to Man City. And Mashruki, the Man City fan, believes that Kiev will actually score, and he says it's 3-1 to Man City. Our next match is Atletico Madrid versus PSV. First chance of the game goes to PSV, as they have a corner. Guardado to whip this in. He doesn't, he just passes it to Van Ginkel. Passes it back to Guardado. Guardado will cross this, and Luke de Jong will score. Now in the 55th minute, Ginkel passes it to Guardado, who passes it to de Jong, and de Jong just blasts it into the back of the net, and it's 2-0 to PSV. And that's the end of the game. FIFA predicts it's going to be a shock result, as they say it's going to be 2-0 to PSV. I disagree. I believe it's actually going to be 2-0 to Atletico Madrid. Here are the other predictions. Mitro HT is smoking crack again. He believes it's going to be 7-1 to Atletico. Davey says 2-0 to Atletico Madrid. Guahe says 2-1. Avro says 3-1. And Mashruki says 2-1. Our next match is a big one. It's Bayern Munich versus Juventus at the Allianz Arena. First chance of the game, Bayern pass it around. Muller in some open space. He will not miss from there. And it's 1-0 just like that to Bayern Munich. And that's the end of the game. FIFA predicts it's going to be 1-0 to Bayern Munich. I also believe it's going to be 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Yeah, this is the only time I'll probably agree with FIFA for once. Here are the other predictions. Mitro HD says it's going to be 7-5 to Bayern Munich. Davey says it's 1-0. Guahe and Avro say it's going to be 3-1 to Bayern. And Mashruki says 2-1 to Bayern. And to finish off this, Barcelona face Arsenal at the Camp Nou. Okay, this was not the first chance of the game, because Barcelona had like 10 shots before this. But I mean, all of them were saved, and, you know, I don't show all the highlights. And as you can see, Arsenal score on legit their first chance of the entire game. Aaron Ramsey does it. You know, I hope the Ramsey curse applies in FIFA. I wish. But Barcelona come back with Neymar crossing it in for Suarez, who takes a brilliant volley, finds the top left corner, and it's 1-1 just like that. And the game ends at 1-1. That's what FIFA are saying. I'm going to say 2-1 to Barcelona. Here are the other predictions. Mitro HD says 8-0 to Barcelona. Davey says it's going to be 3-2 to Barcelona. Guahe says 2-1. Avro says 4-0. And Mashruki says 3-1. And that ends FIFA Predicts the Champions League Leg 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'd love to see your predictions down below. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, be sure to like it, and if you feel like it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys later. Peace!